Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I'm Matt. I've got a perspective on things.
Hey, my name's Ray, and I happen to have a perspective on things as well, man. You ready to get started?
Yes.
You ready to go?
100%.
I missed you, man.
I missed you too.
I missed you a lot. Dude, I totally missed you.
This. Yeah.
Dude, I totally missed you. How's that song go?
I don't. That's all I remember.
It's all good.
I was like, where is that from? Was that Scrubs? No, Scrubs is Guy Love.
Guy Love, yeah.
It's Guy Love. Anyway,
Dude, I totally.
We need to do this more than once a week.
Well, you know what? We could if people,
Yeah.
helped spread the show, word of the show, man.
Yes.
Which is, we're on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Make sure you check us out on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. We can take a look more of our content.
They're already on if they're watching.
Well, they are right now.
Yeah.
But, just spread the word. Twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. And we're all over TikTok right now. So we're on, let's see, you've got your page, correct?
Yep. Plausible Foolishness. TikTok.
The man, the myth, legend. I'm on the strong one. We're getting there, man. Almost 20,000 followers, man. I'm trying to direct them over here, man. To the good side, so they can get all the graphics and all the fun stuff, man. But
for sure,
make sure you support us, man. That's how we grow and stuff like that. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're all these different places and so on and so forth. We have a lot of fun with it, and listen, man, we just give you the truth, man, from dudes in flyover country, man. But now we're in the
country, huh?
We're in the undisclosed bunker now, which is great.
Undisclosed bunker.
I think we're better than Mark Levin. We're Mark Levin's always like in an undisclosed bunker, and no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it. They have no clue where we were. That we've changed locations. This is day 2 in our new location. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling it, man. I'm loving it. What's your favorite part about being in this location?
There's a couple things. I like that. I like that we can leave it set up.
Yes. We're not nomadic anymore.
so we don't have to set up every time. We can just come in, sit down, talk it up.
True that, dog. True that.
I like that. I like that because it's here. I have time to upload the stream that we do to YouTube.
What? YouTube? Yeah, we have. We're on YouTube as well. Take a look at us on YouTube.
So last week's episode is up. Finally, I'm sorry to all our YouTube viewers.
We're back.
That there's just been this huge long gap. I apologize, but responsibilities.
Hey,
got them responsibilities.
Listen, bro, 2020 is upon us, so there's a lot of good things happening. We are literally how many days away from 2020?
Gosh, let's see. It's the 5th, so 25 days, 26 days.
What? You excited?
Yeah, man.
You got a New Year's resolution?
End of a decade.
End of a decade. Yeah, it is the end of a decade. We're gonna be in 2020, man.
Yes, we are.
Blade Runner's set in 2018, so we're 2 years into Blade Runner, man. So this is beautiful. So, what is your are there any New Year's resolutions? I can't say that word for some reason, man.
New Year's resolutions.
You got any New Year's resolutions?
Well, I don't know if have I mentioned this on stream.
No,
that I'm considering going to pro wrestling school.
What? How amazing would that be?
That would be pretty sweet.
I just smell Luchasaurus all over you. I think you would be the indie version of Luchasaurus, because Luchasaurus used to be the NA version of Luchasaurus, but now he's on AEW. Mm-hmm. I think you would be an amazing
and the character I drew out does wear a mask. Which is odd because I hate masks, but this has a specific purpose. Why
do you hate the mask?
Well, we've talked about this. I generally... And this is general.
Okay, general.
There are specific masks that I enjoy, but I generally hate luchador masks.
That's racist, bro.
No.
You're such a white supremacist. You're such a white supremacist.
According to critical race theory and intersectionality, that's impossible for me to deny. Even accepting it is advancement of white supremacy. So,
bro. Quit being so racist against the luchadors, man. What did they ever do to you?
No, they did nothing but entertain me. And I do find them entertaining. I appreciate their wrestling style.
Sure.
And there are luchadors that I like their masks.
Okay.
I'm speaking in general terms because...
In generalities.
Yes, because most of the time, the masks aren't unique.
Okay.
And you can't... It's very difficult to tell one from the other. There's nothing special about the mask except that they're wearing it and it's the culture.
Here's what I gotta say
of Lucha Libre. Sano. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Well, so you're making my point. Sano. You're making my point.
What about Rey Mysterio? He's got unique masks. Sort of.
I mean, there is elements of it. You know, he's got the little hawk heads that come.
Sin Cara. It's got the,
No,
you know.
Sin Cara doesn't. I don't know it's Sin Cara until they tell me that it's Sin Cara.
Sin Cara,
you know?
Sin Cara to me is like...
Callisto does, but Callisto's meh.
Yeah, it's not that good. But what I'm saying is Sin
very
Cara,
athletic, but...
for the non-wrestling people of the world, Sin Cara to me is the difference between Fruitios and Fruit Loops. Okay, there's a massive difference. No matter what you want to say or try to package it, there's generic and then there's the real stuff. And Fruit Loops are better, man. Fruit Loops are better. I'm sorry, Fruit Loops are better. Real Luchas are better. You know what I mean? Every time I make a good point on this show, I need you to hit that button.
I should put it on a different screen.
It's all good though, man. But you know.
Okay, but see, so when you say Cero Miedo, you're absolutely right. He has a very unique mask.
Yes.
It's very unique.
Yes.
It's different. It's a different style.
Yes.
It's clearly the same. He always has the face.
Yes, it's painted
skeleton,
below, which is beautiful.
You know? Yeah, it's awesome. I love him.
Yes.
Pentagon Jr. is fantastic, and he has a unique mask. There's characters like Toro, who his mask is a giant.
Yeah.
You know, Minotaur head.
Yeah.
You know, Luchasaurus is a totally different mask. There is no mask like that, but Sin Cara's mask, there's plenty of masks like that.
Okay, I see that.
You know,
I see that.
This other guy, Airwolf on MLW.
Ooh,
except for the ears. But I bet you I can find like 20 other wrestlers with the ears.
He works out in Orlando, by the way.
Oh, does he?
Yes, he does.
And he's good. He's good, you know.
He's dating that one girl that used to be the women's champion in WWE. They're like gonna make super lucha babies down the road. You know what I mean? So, which is crazy. But yeah, sorry.
Who is it?
What's her name? Celeste something.
Celeste Bonin?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's who they're together.
Interesting.
That makes some super babies. Airwolf and Celeste Bonin. I don't know what her name was in WWE though.
It was like
she was a champion. She was a Divas champ.
Yeah,
Back in the Divas era. Divas.
I can't remember what it was.
But it's
anyway.
But hey, here's the deal. You know, speaking of counterfeit, man, there's some interesting things going on. Like, I remember a day when I felt like we had a government that actually, like, kind of worked. But then I realized, I put a meme on Instagram, I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, do you remember when the government worked and solved everybody's problems? Oh, wait. It never has. And it's like a picture of a unicorn and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like this week because there's a lot of... You know what's funny is we elected Donald Trump. And I say we as the American people because 63 million voters did vote for him over Hillary Clinton, won the Electoral College, which is what's
required. Which has been since the dawn of our country.
Yes. So
at least the dawn of the Constitution.
Yeah, we as Americans voted for Donald Trump because he wasn't a politician. Because here's the thing. I think the Webster's Dictionary of a politician is someone who does the will of the people, or servants.
They're public servants.
Public servants. Now, we've bastardized that word here in the United States of America because really what politicians mean is it's another way to climb the ladder and make money from...
it's a self-service.
Almost like a scam, hustle, or racketeering. But, you know, that's another story for another time. Now, here's the beautiful thing. We elected him because he was not a politician to go in and actually show politicians how to be a politician. Okay? And he's done that. He's been very successful. He has a lot of notable victories. Too many to number on this program, which we've listed in many a detail, okay? Mm-hmm. The funny thing is, the rest of our government, I would point this to our legislative branch, aka the House of Representatives in particular, and our Senate, they're voted on to do what exactly? Serve the people. And you know what's funny is, instead of taking care of things that we need, like better prescription drug prices, securing the border, helping our economy grow and thrive more, we're focused on impeaching a duly elected president that was voted in 2016.
Well, I mean, he made that call to the Ukrainian people. He committed numerous high crimes and misdemeanors.
let's define that. So let's go down that rabbit hole. So now we're in an impeachment. We're in full-on impeachment now. It's not inquiry anymore. We are literally drafting the articles of impeachment. It's going to be presented to the Senate, which I'm very excited about, actually, as a conservative, because I cannot wait for this to monumentally blow up in the faces of Shifty Shift, Mr. Nadler, and good old Miss Pelosi, okay? Mm-hmm. But here's the funny thing. So, long story short, the newest round, so this is the Democrats' third attempt to, stick it to Donald Trump. The first one was Kavanaugh. The second one was a Russian collusion delusion that got blown up by the Mueller report, which they're resurrecting from the dead. So now they're necromancers now, so they can bring they can bring dead stories to life, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But we're in an impeachment inquiry because Donald Trump called the Ukrainian president, had a good conversation with him. I wouldn't say perfect, good. Trump would say it was a perfect call. It's perfect. Beautiful, whatever, doesn't matter. Here's the problem. Everybody's like, well, it wasn't a perfect call. I'm like, what was wrong with the call? I've read the transcript multiple times. It's how I would talk to you about certain things. There's no quid pro quo, which they still can't find. There's no bribery attempt. But we're talking about it because this guy heard about this thing from this guy who heard about it from this guy. And now we're in our second round of insight about this impeachable offense, high crimes and misdemeanors, and there's no high crimes or misdemeanors. Have you found one yet?
No.
Okay, so
there was all those, but they had all those testimonies.
Yeah, so we had testimony last week from people who didn't have firsthand knowledge of anything, and literally assumed things instead of actually hearing it from the president. So we have an actual transcript of what was said on the phone call, and we have actual testimony from a witness stating that there was no quid pro quo, or bribery, or any of the things that we're talking about. Now, so here's the beautiful thing. Now, I'm just a dumb American, just like you're just a dumb American here in good old Orlando, Florida. Oh, crap, did I expose our secret location? Well, technically, we're not in Orlando, so we're still safe. But we've shifted the goalposts here. So we're in Central Florida. Yeah. We're just dumb hillbillies that go to Disney every single day, okay? So we don't know anything about anything. So thank God they went out and found actual witnesses to the crime that Donald Trump... No, wait. They did not do that. They went and got really smart people from Stanford. Ooh. And all these really impressive places. 4 professors, to be exact. And you know what's funny? Is all of them testified and tried to explain to us dumb hillbilly Americans how the president broke the law without actually breaking the law or committing a misdemeanor. 3 of them, all 4 of them are completely objective, though. They have no vested interest in whatsoever.
Yeah, they're apolitical.
Except for 3 of them are donors to the Democratic Party. Actual donors to the Democratic Party.
Huh.
And most of them have been caught by Mr. Mike Gates, my man Mike Gates. Matt Gates, sorry. Matt Gates. Sorry, Matt. You're from Florida. We love you, bro.
Oh, is he from Florida?
He is a Florida guy. District 1.
Florida man destroys.
It just takes a dumb hillbilly from Florida to do it. It's weird. It's like it's weird. It's crazy how we do things. Control elections. But anyways... Yeah. We are the deciding vote. But anyways, Mr. Gates calls this out and basically exposes their donation record. And then exposes the fact that most of them have been anti-Trump since day one in one form or fashion. But these people in the ivory towers of Northern California, where it's an S-hole, and they hide in Palo Alto, good old Stanford, is going to tell me here in Central Florida how dumb I am. But they're not impartial. They're not objective. And they have a vendetta to fill with the president.
Okay, but at least we know that their ideas are right?
No.
Well, but look at California. It's a paradise.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing. These politicians that run these crap hole cities and crap hole states are trying to impeach the duly elected president who's actually doing positive things for the United States of America.
What kind of positive things?
Let's see. The lowest unemployment in history.
Okay. So much so that you were telling me an interesting fact earlier.
Yeah. Which one was that? I forgot.
About the what they're doing with welfare.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a fun one, too. Now, here's the beautiful thing. Trump, in the midst of all this bullcrap, which is all bullcrap, it's all boring. Look at Matt Gaetz' destruction of these 4 professors, which was hilarious. When he asked all 4 of them, do you have any actual material witness or any material witness to the crimes that the presidents have committed? None of them raised their hand because none of them have any information
Just
about
imagine, well, go watch the video.
Yes.
And then just imagine DX, that's D-Generation X, standing behind them, doing... Bam.
You went Shinsuke on that one.
Yeah, I did.
You went a little Shinsuke.
I did do a little Shinsuke.
But basically, Mr. Gaetz, listen, you've given me a little bit of faith in the Republican Party, but hopefully you're not a blowhard like Jim Jordan and talk a big game and do nothing. Okay, I hope that's not you. I hope you're not Lindsey Graham version 1.0. Hopefully you're Lindsey Graham version 2.0. But, which I'm still not a huge fan of the Republicans right now. They need to figure some things out. That's another story for another time. But it's interesting. Trump, dumb, stupid Trump, who seems to always slip on a banana peel and always land on his feet. It's weird. It's almost like...
Oh.
Yeah, it's like... what was it? Tim Cass always says, it's like, you guys keep calling him dumb, but he slips on a banana peel and always lands a 10-point landing, like every single time. It's almost like he's doing it on purpose, and he's winning. But anyways...
So weird when what he did at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Tweeting that stupid picture of his head on Rocky Balboa's.
Oh, and triggering everybody. You know that they're Hong Kong people are like printing that and like showing it everywhere.
I saw
That's
that.
hilarious.
They're like they're writing whole articles where they say, we don't know what the meaning of this is.
What is the meaning?
What is the meaning of this? It's a stupid picture that
he knew it
means nothing. He thought it was, at the very least, he thought it was
funny, which it is.
At the most, he thought it was an amazing likeness of himself.
I think that's his ideal, what he would ideally like to look like. Yeah. Rocky Balboa.
Well, or he could be, if you're cynical like everybody on the left is nowadays, he's so narcissistic that that's actually what he sees when he looks in the mirror.
He's got Melania, so I can't really hate on him. But anyways,
but then while they're talking about that,
yeah,
he's
doing.
He sends a fake.
Oh yeah,
fake convoy to the to a golf arena.
Yes, to Mar-a-Lago,
a country club.
Mar-a-Lago.
It was Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, it was Mar-a-Lago.
Okay,
which is his resort.
And golf and country club and all that. Meanwhile, he's getting on a plane to go spend Thanksgiving with the troops while they're writing articles about what does this picture mean, and what is he doing? What is he doing on Thanksgiving? Playing golf. Wrong.
You're
he
wrong.
Played you.
He played you again. And he was in Afghanistan.
He's continuing to play you. He's been playing you all this time.
It's weird. Like, he keeps slipping up
and I'm still not like a 4D chess master genius guy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just come to the light side. Just come to the light side.
He knows what you think. He
knows them better than they know themselves.
It doesn't have to think very hard to play you.
No.
Because every little thing, you're so desperate.
Yes.
For to find that silver dagger that will kill this werewolf.
Yeah.
Where's that silver bullet?
I like it.
It's gotta find it. You're so desperate to find it that he can feed you all the fake silver you can get your hands on, and you'll run with it.
100%. Now, I'm hoping he doesn't Samson and Delilah it, which, Samson did a good job. He kept Delilah guessing, but then he, exposed himself. But, anyways.
Yeah.
I hate to go biblical, but, follow Christ. Slip a little messages, love Jesus. Mm-hmm. But here's the funny thing. While this impeachment process is going on, he's out in Europe fixing NATO, basically calling NATO a bunch of softies and telling them to get their crap together. Because
pull their weight.
Pull
like they've
your
been
weight.
supposed to do.
Shocker.
This entire time.
Pull your weight, which that's going very well. He called Justin Trudeau. What did he call Justin Trudeau? Something like soft or something like that, which warmed my American heart. And I love my Canadian brothers.
SAWFT.
Soft. Which warmed my American heart. Now, my Canadian brothers and sisters, I love you. I'm excited for Letterkenny to come back December 27th on Hulu. I'm jacked up about that. Yes, and Trailer Park Boys. But here's the deal. While that's going on, while the impeachment's happening, because it's going to happen now, while he's fixing NATO...
Well, so let's explain what impeachment is. So what they've been doing are impeachment hearings in the House of Representatives. That's just a inquiry into whether or not
we should
impeach. Impeachment is actually a trial that goes on in the Senate.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So we've been inquiring and finding absolutely zero reason to go on with impeachment, and yet we're going on with actual impeachment, which will now go into the Senate.
Good.
And become a legit trial.
Yes.
In the Senate.
Yes.
Now, if you don't know this, the Senate is controlled by the Democrats.
No.
What?
It's controlled by the Republicans.
No, that can't be possible.
The Republicans control the Senate.
And the Republicans control the House, too.
No. They control Republicans control the Senate. The House is controlled by the Democrats right now.
Okay, so you're telling me that the Democrats, who clearly hate Trump and want to see him impeach...
And have zero evidence.
Are pushing
the
actual impeachment
the hoax.
To the Senate.
Yes.
Which is controlled by their enemies, the Republicans.
Who are going to...
And leaving that all in their
hands. And may not even vote on it. They could literally... I was reading something. They could literally do the entire trial and not vote on it. Expose, put everything on the record, and then just not vote on it. Because it's so obscure. But they probably will still do it for the sake of fairness. And that'll get blown up. But as all of this is going on, I just want you to know this. The 4D Chess Trump is doing some math. And you know what he found out? That there are more available jobs in the United States than people that are unemployed. So he scratched his little noggin there with his hair that's beautifully combed over. Mm-hmm. Beautiful hair. Beautiful, okay? And he's like, wait a minute, why are so many people on welfare? That's weird. Why are so many people unemployed? I have more jobs now than ever before. So what he decided to do was this. He's like, you know what? We're going to reevaluate who we're giving money to. Now, before the bleeding heart left freaks out and says, oh, he's mean, he's evil. He's going to leave 50-year-old or older people alone. He's going to leave parents alone. What he's going after is people that are under 50, able-bodied, with no children. He's trying to figure out why there's so many able-bodied people with no children not working.
And so then, but he's going to find people who aren't able-bodied and take away their welfare, right?
No, not at all. He said able-bodied people under the age of 50 with no kids, they're going to reevaluate whether they need to be on unemployment or not. Weird.
Well, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
But you can't say that because that's insensitive, evil, and we're taking care. We're hurting minorities. But here's the problem: the majority of
you're right. That probably is racist.
It probably is. But the problem though is the majority of welfare recipients and unemployment are white people. Do the math. There's more white people. Did you know that? There are more white people on welfare.
Well, there's more white people.
Exactly. It's weird. It's almost like
we're going to get some minorities caught in this crime.
Yes, that God forbid might have to work. That's crazy. So that's what's going on. That's what's transpiring as this thing's going. So as the Democrats are so focused on trying to get rid of the guy, he's actually doing us a benefit, and actually that's probably going to potentially save us a lot of money. Not wasting
Which could be. I also heard that there were plans for. This was a while back, not too long ago, but. That there are bills being formulated to, or maybe even executive orders to decrease what is it? Basically income tax.
Yeah.
Payroll taxes.
What?
Yeah.
That might help us.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, what would we
further
do?
decrease them, because that's what the original tax was, right?
Yeah, what would we do with all that money? Hey, I know. Did you know that it was record Black Friday sales?
Really? This year?
Yeah, record Black Friday sales, record small business Saturday sales, record Cyber Monday sales, and record flight sales for Travel Tuesday.
Huh.
And you know how I know that? Because I'm trying to get a freaking ticket to Ohio, and I couldn't get a freaking ticket because so many people were on there spending their hard-earned money to travel. I couldn't get any tickets on the cheapest day. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Record. It's weird. It's like almost like people under Trump have more money to spend in our capitalistic environment. Now, here's the funny thing to me. Yeah, what an a-hole. Now, here's the funny thing. Isn't it the left the ones that want socialism super bad?
Yes.
But these are the same people that just stood in line for 7 hours to get more cheap plastic crap. Like, think about this.
They wouldn't have to wait.
Okay. Wait, but bread lights are good.
Yeah,
no, they would have to wait.
Okay.
They would have to wait.
But it would be... They wouldn't have to wait and then spend their own money. It would just be given to them.
Oh, gotcha. So do people in Venezuela get brand new TVs? Brand new technology? Brand new cell phones? All the things, the amenities that capitalism affords us?
They might have at first. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They probably did at first.
But they definitely don't now.
Exactly. Now they kill zoo animals and eat zoo animals. I mean, like, come on. Think about that.
Yeah. Well, you know who is still, though, getting nice brand new TVs and stuff like that?
Who?
The people in power in Venezuela.
Yeah, it's true. It's weird. Well,
yeah.
You just got to hope you're in power when the socialism drops. Right, Bernie?
Yeah.
So, this is what the funny thing about this whole situation is. As all this impeachment stuff's going on, we've got record economy, record unemployment, record sales, which is generating businesses, which hire people.
Yep, which allows... for even more job creation.
It's almost like a circle.
And
it's like a circle.
Increases wages for the people that they currently have.
Yeah.
Because,
crazy. Because it's funny.
They now have money to, treat their employees well. And there's a lot of open jobs for those employees to go and take, and so they want to keep those good employees.
And creating new jobs, by the way, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's creating new jobs. There's all these open jobs out there. This is a better situation for the employee, because the employee can just say, well, I'm not getting paid enough, I'm out.
Yeah.
And if you're a good enough employee, the company's going to be like, no, stay.
And we'll pay you more.
We'll pay you more.
4 of the places I interviewed were creating new jobs. Creating new positions. Creating new. Mm-hmm. Now, the funny thing is, under Obama, none of that was happening.
No.
It's almost like brown man bad. Did I say that out loud? Is it 2 races?
Yeah.
Or it's like almost like orange man good. You can say that. Oh, I can say that because I'm a African, like my friend, my brother Obama. But African bad. It's weird. Crazy. But anyways, we'll get kicked off Twitch for this. Twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. But, sorry, I had to get my plug. You gotta plug it in. But all of this is happening.
You apologize to me all the time.
And here's the funniest stat of all of this. Mm-hmm. Trump's approval rating is at 52%.
Beautiful. His approval rating with African Americans.
34%.
The highest Republicans ever had since...
Ever.
Since, yeah, maybe. But probably...
Abraham Lincoln. Probably Abraham Lincoln.
Definitely Abraham Lincoln. Probably not until Lyndon Johnson, basically.
Yeah. Because Clinton had a high black approval rating, because he's from Arkansas.
Of course, because he's Democrat.
They said he's been the only black president. Was
the first black president.
First black president. But yeah, Trump is at 52% approval rating. 52% of Americans like the guy.
I think he's doing a great job. I think that the impeachment hearings are total bullcrap. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Aren't you scared that he might get impeached?
No. Not even close.
But close. Surely something's going to come out in this hearing that might be really bad for him in the election, right?
I think that a lot of things are going to come out, but not in his direction. I think that You're going to find that Obama was spying, which is going to be very interesting. You're going to figure out that he probably should have been the one impeaching, because he's breaking, breaking civil liberties and so on and so forth. You're going to find out that the funny thing is, I think on Monday they're going to drop the FBI file, which you're going to find out that the FBI, let's just say that they deceived the FISA courts to illegally wiretap the president of the United States, or the soon-to-be elected president of the United States, when he was a candidate.
With the fake Steele dossier.
Which is a complete joke and farce, but they pushed that through the FISA court, which that's going to be exposed. You're going to find out that Schiff made up a lot of the Russian stuff, so that's going to be pretty interesting. So now he's going to have an answer for Russia and Ukraine. You're going to find a lot of things going on that are
You're going to find a lot of the dirty dealings of
Hunter and Burisma?
Former Vice President Biden.
Oh, yeah.
His son, Hunter. The Democratic National Convention doing illegal things, or at least bad things.
Well, it wasn't illegal.
Things that they accused President Trump doing with Russia in the Ukraine.
Oh, weird.
There's billions of dollars that were lost in the Ukraine.
Interesting.
That are unaccounted for.
That's weird.
Legit quid pro quo. I mean,
quid pro quo Joe?
Yeah, quid pro quo Joe.
Which they have him on film bragging about, but that's another story for another time.
But no, have you seen where I think an ad? Well, so 60 Minutes did a interview with Susan Wojcicki.
Yeah.
Who is the CEO of YouTube.
Satan? What? Sorry, I keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And 60 Minutes, it was a total farce piece. They ask her about Trump ads that are clearly putting out false information.
False.
About Hunter and Joe and what happened in the Ukraine.
Clearly false.
The ad has the footage
of Joe
saying that he was going to withhold the military aid money if they didn't fire the prosecutor that was investigating his son and the company that his son worked for.
Isn't that quid pro quo?
That is exactly quid pro quo.
Isn't that corruption?
It's exactly corruption.
Isn't that bribery too?
In some ways.
Doesn't the mafia do that? It's like a shakedown, right? Don't they
shake
people down?
Pretty much a shakedown.
Oh, weird. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And because of that Trump.
and this is supposedly false information. Well, according to Snopes.
Ooh.
According to Snopes.
How many Pinocchios? Or no,
it was like they didn't. It was, of course, some technical nonsense.
Okay.
I can't even remember exactly what they said, but it was some minor point that was not true, but still labeled mostly false because they're
gosh,
and it's like
because they can't tell the truth
because they're shills.
Yes,
because they're shills and they have no morality.
Are you saying that the media and critics and fact finders are in the tank for the Democratic Party? Is that what you're saying?
100%. That's
weird. Crazy. That's so crazy. It's almost like, here's the funny thing about this whole impeachment. A lot of it's just getting exposed. The media is getting exposed.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats are getting exposed. Academia just got put on blast. They got the paragons of knowledge, the ivory tower, way smarter than us professors, sounded pretty darn dumb today.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood sounded... What's funny is Hollywood's been pretty quiet on the whole impeachment thing. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood's gotten very quiet. We don't want to ruin, the Christmas sales and Christmas movies and stuff like that. But that's another show for another time. But the new James Bond movie, did you see the clip for the new James Bond movie?
No.
We'll talk about it later, but I'm jacked up about it. But anyways.
You are.
I love Bond. Bond.
But, they're having a new Bond.
Well, I'll explain what they did with that.
Yeah.
So, but yes. But yeah, it's
crazy.
Have you
heard? I was watching a video that it was an interview with Bill Whittle.
Mm-hmm.
And the title of it was how SJWs ruined Star Wars and why it matters.
Mm-hmm.
And Did you hear about the latest Terminator movie?
Oh yeah,
Terminator Dark Fate. Do you know the storyline of it?
Wasn't it the original chick came back to kick Terminator, but there was a girl Terminator and a
Well, okay, Linda Hamilton, great. Yeah, she's back. Awesome. Yep. So, in the basically what happened was, you remember in Terminator 2, they defeat the T-1000.
Yes.
And they save John Connor.
Yes.
And so that he can grow up and be the leader of the Resistance and destroy
Skynet,
right?
But
and
simultaneously creating the Terminators at the same time, though. Wasn't he the one that created the claw or whatever?
Well, he didn't create it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
They in the first movie, the hand, like they thought they had won. The hand that
Terminator,
the original Terminator
T-1000,
it didn't get destroyed, and Cyberdyne Systems had acquired it, so they basically had future technology to develop what they were doing.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Okay, but then in the second one, they make sure that they destroy everything.
Yes. Is that what Arnold does this, going down into the lava?
Yep. That classic move. So, in Dark Fate, they saved the day.
Okay.
They saved the day.
How?
The same way. Well, but listen. So, like, this is... it starts at the end of Terminator 2.
Okay, gotcha.
And John Connor is going to grow up and be the Resistance, and they may have even erased Skynet. You know, they're not sure.
Okay.
And then a portal opens up, a Terminator comes out, and shoots John Connor right there dead.
Shut up. So they ruined the ending.
Well, it turns out that they did destroy that timeline. They defeated that timeline. But a new timeline emerged, and John Connor isn't the leader of the Resistance. It's some Mexican girl that is a totally forgettable character.
Okay.
It's some Mexican girl.
Okay.
And she's got her own female Terminator protecting her.
What? No way.
And they basically just delegitimized two favorite movies. And it lost $100 million.
Weird.
I wonder why.
When you piss on the grave, or you piss on...
Yeah.
Well,
piss on the beloved franchise.
You kill the franchise, then you pee on it, and then you expect people to say... You know,
delicious, great movie.
It's Rain. They'll push this one and be like, oh, it never happened. This is like Dragon Ball GT. Dragon Ball GT. They're just like, it never happened.
Yeah. Well... But this is what they did in Star Wars too.
Yeah,
you know, they delegitimized Luke Skywalker and made a character like, I don't hate Rey, but it's true, she's a Mary Sue. She can do everything instantly great.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand.
Like the only thing is, like, she defeated a person who's been training in the lightsaber.
Forever,
you know, for his whole life.
But she's never picked up one.
And she just picked it up for the first time.
Yeah, you know.
Now, you know, we can play a little bit with the Force. He also was injured by a Wookiee bowcaster.
True. But time out.
But still, he's a pro.
But what's her midichlorian count, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
What's her midichlorian count?
Well, apparently high, because
I actually like the midichlorians, but that's another thing. Do you like the midichlorian thing? It's like power level, power scaling. I like that. The Dragon Ball Z in me wants to see midichlorians.
The quantifiable force power level.
Yes! Everybody hates on it. I'm like... No, did we talk about this on the show?
But see, here's the thing. The truth of it is that the scanners are inaccurate.
It's true.
The scanners that they have, and it's even bogus in Dragon Ball Z, because... And it was bogus for Anakin. He was off the charts.
Yes.
Like, they didn't have a count for him.
Yeah.
They don't have a count. It's...
Yeah.
You just like it for that sense.
I do.
Like, here's a scale, and then I can be off the scale.
Be off the scale. Yes, and...
I think you could just be powerful. And...
If they want to fix the movie, which they're not, make Rey a Skywalker. Don't be like, oh yeah, she was just like... this fake slave and blah, blah, blah. I know that's what you're trying to do with the SJW too. If you want to fix it, Be like, yeah, she actually was.
He was lying, or he was
he was deceiving. He was deceiving her with the Force.
He was lying to her.
Yes.
Oh, he was obscuring her past so that she would agree with his ideology,
which is part of the dark side.
Yeah, which is kind of like, I don't know, what all SJWs do to America.
Oh, weird, crazy. But
they lie about our past to make you agree with their ideology.
Yes. Here's the thing, though. They've neutered and destroyed Star Wars to the point where I think that the first three, I've rewatched the first three prequels, and they're good. Like, they're good to me now. That's how bad the new ones are. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, I actually can stomach Jar Jar Binks. Mm-hmm. He makes sense in the plot of the story. And the pod race makes sense. Mm-hmm. And the Clone Wars makes sense. General Grievous makes sense.
Yes.
It all makes sense.
It does make that was never the problem with the first trilogy. It made sense. It just was executed poorly.
But comparatively to the new stuff now, it looks amazing.
Doesn't make sense.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
But
Jar Jar Binks was just an annoying character. But his story was fine.
Yes. Now,
the worst part, I think, in all of the movies is the chemistry. Oh, that rip-roaring chemistry between Anakin and Padme.
Yeah.
Brutal. It hurts to watch.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
See, I just did that.
She's a good actor, and she was phoning it in.
Yeah,
and he was just terrible.
Yeah, but time on the field. Have you ever seen her in a romantic movie where she's like really compatible with the person?
I liked her in Thor.
Yeah, but the problem with that one was I didn't believe Thor was really down with her. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I'm just looking at Chris Hemsworth. I'm just looking at, maybe I'm being a little fruity here, but it didn't make sense to me.
I mean, he's a beautiful, beautiful man. There's no doubt about that.
Now, unlike most people, I am excited to see her as female Thor. That probably sounds controversial. I'm kind of excited to see that because it did, in the comics, it does make a little bit of sense, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yes, but here's the thing that the new Star Wars has done. It's made me like the prequels. It's made me really double down and hate the new ones. But it's really got me more excited about April when James Bond comes back, baby.
Okay.
No Time to Die. I'm very excited about this movie.
But they're SJW in that too, aren't they?
Now, here's the funny thing. That a lot of that came out early that was going to be the case. They must have retconned it because originally the new black girl was supposed to be the new 007. Mm-hmm. She's not 007 in this. She's another 00, but she's not the 007. So because originally she was supposed to replace him.
And you know what? To be honest, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
The problem would be if she was Jane Bond.
Yes.
Or something like that.
But,
and so we were like, Daniel Craig was gone. This is just the new James Bond. But he's not a she. It's Jamie Bond.
Well, here's the thing. This movie, so they're gonna pair him with another 007, which is this black girl. I forget her name is. I think what they're gonna try to do is see how people receive her, to see if they will continue with her as a part of this universe and blah blah blah. I'm gonna be real with you. It's probably not gonna work. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater.
Not.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna work.
She's gonna be even more
by James Bond.
She's gonna be even more KA as BA as than James Bond himself.
Even in the preview, she does do the don't get in my way, James Bond. The whole I can do this, blah 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 stuff. But taking that away, push that away, push it away.
How many giant men did she beat up?
I didn't see that in the preview, but she had really big guns. So
okay, guns are the equalizer.
Guns are an equalizer. It's believable.
Guns are the
it's believable.
Yeah.
I just don't know where you would sneak it on a dress, but that's another story for another time. Now, here's the beautiful thing, dude. I'm jacked up. Felix is back. You can see Felix in the preview.
Felix.
Felix. Felix from the he's the. In the original movies, he's like a random white guy. He's the CIA agent that works with James Bond. In the new ones, he's like the brown guy that they in the first movie. They're they're kind of working against each other, but then they finally figure out that he's the guy that fronted Bond the money in Casino Royale. You remember the first one?
Yes.
Okay, he's back in this movie.
Cool.
I need you for this, Bond. You got to come back. I guess Bond has gone away. Mm-hmm. He went to marry this chick, but it seems like she betrayed him. He's got to come back.
Betrayed by another woman?
Every single time. It's like the guy from Letterkenny. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Wayne. Wayne and James. They just pick
bad
women.
Or our boy from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
What's his name? Steve Harrington.
Steve. These guys just have bad luck with chicks. I don't get it.
For real.
But the new Bond movie looks good. So the guy who is the baddie in this one is the guy from... he played Freddie Mercury in the new Queen movie.
Oh, Rami.
Yes.
Rami Malek or something.
Yes,
like that?
and Blofeld's back. So the German guy's back. What's his face? You know what I'm talking about? The guy who's...
Christoph Waltz?
Yes.
So he didn't die.
He didn't die. So he's in
sweet.
prison.
So Spectre is still alive and kicking.
But this is why I'm jacked up. I watched the preview.
Good.
He had the old
Spectre ended too quick. I mean, Spectre wasn't that great a movie.
I liked it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't as compelling as I wanted it to be.
But they might be fixing it in this movie.
I hope so.
Because
I hope so.
The difference between these James Bonds and the other ones, the other James Bonds kind of stood alone, and there was a little bit of components that could fit into the other one.
Well, I love that this is an overarching narrative across the movies.
Because Casino Royale goes into Quantum of Solace, which goes into
which also
Skyfall.
Wasn't that great. Skyfall was great. So I guess let's hope that they keep the tradition alive of great movie Casino Royale, not so great movie Quantum of Solace.
I like Quantum of Solace.
It's not.
I liked it.
It's not.
I liked it. I'm going to argue it. I'll argue why.
You're fanboying it.
I am fanboying it because Quantum of Solace was
I'm not saying that it was terrible.
Okay.
I'm just saying not as good as Casino Royale.
Here's how I'm going to make you understand that this movie is
Skyfall, great movie.
Yes. I like Spectre.
Not as good. Hopefully, No Time to Die.
I'm going to blow up your theory.
Will be good.
I'll blow up your theory. What's up, Freedom? What's up, Freedom? Here's how I'm going to blow up.
Back.
What's up, brother? This is how I'm going to blow up your narrative
I'm waiting
right now.
for you.
Okay, I want you to think about what you just said in the context of the new Star Wars movies. Go.
What do you mean?
Just think of it in the context. Compare those crappy Star Wars movies to the entire series of James Bond. Tell me those are bad movies now.
I'm not saying that they were bad. I'm not saying that they're altogether just terrible movies. I'm just saying they're not as good as the ones that I mentioned were good.
Listen,
like Skyfall is fantastic.
Skyfall is the best out of the
Casino
four
Royale
was
fantastic.
Which is
Quantum
my number
of Solace, not as good. Spectre, not as good.
Well, this is what I'll say about Quantum of Solace. It's not as good as the other three movies so far, but I don't think it's bad. Everyone hates on it, but
well, see, like, that's the thing, is, like, I'm not... It's rare that I find a truly bad movie. You know?
Rare?
Like, I can appreciate movies. Okay?
Sure
now, when my levels of good and not good are not so, like, punishing.
Okay.
My scale is a little bit different.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, the first one?
Any of them.
Any of them?
Yes.
Well, okay. I haven't seen the newest one, but I heard it was, pretty abysmal.
Yes.
But the first two had some merits. They weren't great movies.
Okay, yeah.
But they weren't so terrible that, like, I wouldn't watch it again.
The second one was doable.
Because Silver Surfer is the greatest character that Marvel ever made.
The greatest?
Yes.
Over the X-Men?
Over the X-Men.
What?
He's my absolute favorite Marvel character.
Did you get that on the camera?
Let me tell you,
did you get that on the camera?
It's not because of his story. It has nothing to do with the story. If we want to talk story, it's X-Men all day.
Okay.
It's X-Men all day.
Because a power set?
Because the idea of him is so genius.
Okay, go.
It's this silver dude riding a surfboard through space.
Okay.
He's just awesome. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say.
Over the Incredible Hulk?
100%.
Over the Jekyll
and
Hyde Torma?
He's more powerful.
Well, of course he's more powerful, but I'm just saying that you're going to take the silver dude flying through space more than the Incredible Hulk.
No. You're missing something.
Okay.
He's flying through space on a surfboard. Okay? It's incredible. It's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea. He just looks awesome all the time.
Listen, it sounds a little like impeachment to me. It just sounds a little impeachment to me. I'm just gonna.
It's genius. It's a genius character. I love him. I even like his origin story.
Yeah, his origin story is good.
His comics have suffered.
Yes.
From two things. One, it's out in the cosmic realm,
Yes.
and in the early days, like in the 80s and the 90s, they had a really hard time making that a human relatable story.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
There was all these freaky monsters, and there
Yeah.
was really nothing going on. I mean, it was him, he was relatable, but nothing else was relatable.
Yeah, none of the bad guys, yeah. Yeah.
Secondly, his power set is the power cosmic,
Which is
kind of
Can do anything.
and that's a problem. It's like Golden Age Superman, who had a new power every week
Yes.
to foil, and then when you really start, then eventually fans are like, well, why didn't he just do this
Like you did the last time.
like you did the last
Yes.
time? You know, and then the power cosmic is like that. They made the mistake of making the power cosmic all-encompassing instead of
And no limits.
no limits.
No limits.
And there's limits are what make characters interesting.
Like how can Galactus imbue a power that can overtake him? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
yeah. So like
But yes,
the power cosmic should just be like a form of radiation or something like that that is very powerful.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know,
It should be limited. Like
it should be limited. Like he should run out of it or something.
It's like when Jean Grey's like, oh, I'm too tired.
But like the power cosmic in this is really like he can like reform matter,
Yes.
you know, at a whim and stuff
Raise
like
the
that.
dead.
You know, yeah, and then when he doesn't do that to solve a problem, you're like,
What
but
is-
he did it there.
Yes. It's like Molecule Man or something like that, man.
Power of black holes.
Who could create black holes?
Was it an X-Man? Are you thinking of Sunspot?
Maybe. Gravitron can, or not. I don't know if he can make black holes. He's a baddie. I'm trying to think. That's all right though. That's gonna stump me, man. Freedom, you got us stumped on the show. But yes, but here all
Do
I'm
a
saying
quick
is,
Google search for us and let us know.
yeah, all I'm gonna say is this: all the new Bonds with Daniel Craig, I like them all. I think they're very good. I love the way he portrays Bond. There's a vulnerability, but he's not OP. That's the thing I love about Daniel Craig's Bond is because he
It's
is
fantastic,
He is
man.
massively badass. He is willing to sacrifice himself in any physical way to get the job done. But he's not like Pierce Brosnan, where he's like, "Come on, let's shag, baby. Pew pew pew. I win." You know what I mean? Like it's not that. It's like brutal. It's gritty. He's got a battle to win, but he also can get the chick. You know what I mean? And he always picks the wrong one. He always picks the wrong one. So that's the thing that Pierce Brosnan's got over him. You know, Pierce Brosnan always, you know, he won them and done them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig catches feelings, man.
Yeah.
He catches feelings. For the wrong ones. Vespa betrays him.
Vesper
betrays. All these chicks betray. And then the one who's the hottest out of all the Bond chicks, and Quantum of Solace, he doesn't even do anything with. Nothing at all.
I don't remember who that was.
Nothing. No, it was some like crazy. She has this amalgamation. I looked it up one time. She had like 7 different nationalities or something like that in one, but she's very unique. But all he does is gets it on with Fields. That's it.
Well, see, and the beautiful thing about Vesper is that, yeah, she betrayed him.
But she had to.
But she had to because they were holding her
Real love. Hostage.
But she caught feelings for him, too.
Yeah.
She totally did.
Yeah.
It tore her up to do it.
Yeah.
But there was a man... His name was Spot.
Yeah.
Huh.
Spot. I don't know, man.
I'm
not sure.
Yeah. I don't remember that character.
I'm a DC guy. You have to go with this guy here.
Yeah.
Well, Marvel, I know X-Men very well. I know, and watching the old X-Men's have gotten me back in the game. Avengers, I'm okay with Avengers. I'm good with the Incredible Hulk. What are the storylines am I good with on Avengers or Marvel? Fantastic Four. I kept up with Fantastic Four. That was like that.
So
I like the comics.
All the major
storylines. Well, but here's the thing. There's a bunch of them. Like one I forgot about was Alpha Flight. Do you remember Alpha Flight? The Canadian.
Sure.
With Sasquatch.
But they were never like insanely popular.
I know.
They were just that was kind of part of Wolverine's origin story. He was a part of Alpha Flight for a while.
The Starjammers and Alpha Flight, and I'm like,
there's
all this stuff.
But none of those were. Yeah. I mean, they're all canon stuff.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Spider-Man villain.
Spider-Man villain. Just man. I don't really.
Because I'm not a Spider guy.
Character.
I'm just recently coming back to Spider-Man, to be honest with you. Because when we first were hanging out, I was like, oh, Spider-Man's weak, it's lame. But then I'm like...
I mean, he can only lift a car over his head, but whatever.
mean, it's just... The problem is like, I get the funny part, but I'm like, you're just G-rated Deadpool, bro. You're just G-rated Deadpool.
Deadpool's only PG-13 rated.
not in the movies, though, man.
Yeah, I know, and the movies don't make sense because...
Holy effing.
Everybody's like... that's a pet peeve of mine. Because everybody's like, oh, man, then they're making it R just like it should be. Like... Show me the rated R Deadpool comic.
We didn't cuss. I don't think he cussed in the comics, right?
Yeah.
He just broke the fourth wall all the time.
Yeah. So it could have been a PG. Like it would have been a travesty if it was in PG-13, or exactly like the comic books if it was PG-13.
Yeah, but dude,
here's the comic books that made you love this character. So what are you talking about?
So I recently went back and watched. I love Deadpool. Listen.
Yeah, Deadpool's great.
I like it.
And the movies were funny.
I love the
movies. But they didn't need to be rated R. You're wrong about that. You're just unequivocally wrong.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is I rewatched the second movie, the Deadlift 2, or the Deadlift. You see what's on my head? Deadlift 2. Deadpool 2. Dude, that's the best depiction of actual Juggernaut in a movie. Unbelievable. The way they depicted him, like...
Yeah.
Because I watched it again. When I watched it again, it's like when he emerges from that train, that whatever... And you're like, holy... And, like, you could see the fear in Ryan Reynolds, like, oh my gosh, he's like, it's a Juggernaut! You know, like, that's what you should be. Now, I love Vinnie Jones, one of my favorite English actors, but he did not do the Juggernaut correctly.
No.
The other
problem is that the Juggernaut is a mutant in these versions, which is not.
Yes.
He's the stepbrother of Charles Xavier.
And hates mutants.
He hates mutants. He finds the Crimson Gem of Sidorak in the ruins somewhere.
Yes.
And that turns him into the Juggernaut.
Cain Marco.
Cain Marco, yeah.
Now, here's the beautiful thing. That iteration of Juggernaut is accurate. I'm like, yes, he is terrifying. If you saw him, he's a murderous psychopath that will kill you. And he could rip you in half. He's like, I'm going to rip you in half now. And it was beautiful. I was like, yes, that's what it is. But anyways, back to James Bond. Long story short, I'm jacked up about No Time to Die, man. I'm jacked up. I am ready for Bond in April. I will be the first one in line to watch that movie because I love Bond. I am a fanboy for Bond, okay?
I'm a fanboy. I've loved the Daniel Craig stuff.
I even like the old ones. One of my favorites is License to Kill, which is the one guy who only did 2 James Bond. I forget what his name is.
Roger Moore?
No, not Roger Moore. The guy before.
Timothy Dalton?
It was the guy between Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan. This guy between them. He's in a bunch of...
It's not Timothy Dalton?
It might be Timothy Dalton. I could be 1,000% wrong. Hold on, let me see. Let's Google. So it's worth a Google. Men who have played James Bond. What? Google play James Bond. That's not what I searched. Men who have played James Bond. I don't even understand why Google play. This is messed up. Men who have played James Bond. Let's take a look. Sean Connery. Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton's. He did 2 movies.
Yep.
He did the one with Benicio del Toro as one of the bad guys, which was really good. It was License to Kill. I love License to Kill. It's my favorite.
It was Benicio del Toro?
Yeah, man.
I have to go back and watch it.
The original, the main baddie was a Cuban guy, and his like henchman guy that like did all the cutting and slashing was Benicio del Toro, man.
Interesting.
It's great. Now, if you go back and watch it, it's still good to this day. It's got the best James Bond song, License to Kill, which is my favorite. I was fanboying today when I was in the car today. I was very passionate about it today. My poor youngest daughter, Raven, had to listen to James Bond music on the way to daycare as Daddy was in his feelings about James Bond. So I was very excited. But Bond is here. Now, which brings me to last thing. This is completely off topic and not politics and stuff like that. This is a debate that I've had with a few of my friends that are nerds like us. Who wins in a battle, Batman or James Bond?
It's always Batman. It's always Batman.
It can't be. Not in this case.
Why?
I'm going to tell you the exact reason why.
Because Bond has a license to kill?
Bond will kill and Batman won't. Bond will do whatever it takes to kill Batman. That's all I'm trying to say. Because everybody who says Batman...
Every villain that Batman fights is in the same position.
James Bond will kill him. He'll find a way.
Yeah.
License to Kill, man.
Yeah. Batman would take him out.
Listen, I'm just saying. Listen, Bond. Let's see. Yes, I love the Blade movies. They're good.
The third one, first Blade movie.
First 1 and 2 were okay.
No, 2 sucked.
You like 2?
I do not like 2.
Why?
It was stupid. It was bad. I mean,
here's the thing. The third one was
I could probably rewatch it.
Just watch the second one.
But
in the context of the new Star Wars, a lot of movies look great. No, that's my theory. If you watch the new Star Wars and then go back and look at movies that you thought sucked, they're way better now. But the third one was...
I haven't even watched the trailer for Rise of Skywalker.
I
just don't want to...
I don't care.
Expose myself to it.
I just don't care.
But I still think... I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
Just because, you know...
I'm not seeing it.
I love Star Wars, but... J.J. Abrams has been he's really disappointed me lately.
Yeah.
Because he's just so bought and sold into this woke culture.
It's
like, he's good, man. Like, I love his adaptation of Star Trek.
Yeah.
But now, was this planting the seeds of wokeism there too?
Yeah, I mean...
Because, like, apparently Star Trek Discovery is
woke.
Have you watched it?
Yes, I have, and it's on the CBS network. Mm-hmm. The main girl is shocker, a minority woman,
named Michael.
Okay.
At least Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, had the right sense to name her Michaela.
Yes. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. That was a good show.
Yeah, it was pretty.
We used to watch it on Friday nights.
Yeah,
man.
me too.
What does it say? Back when there's wholesome TV. Just kidding. No, but her backstory is good because she was an actual Federation captain who's disgraced because she made a move that was against the Federation will, but it ended up saving a bunch of lives. Blah blah blah. So she's like this. A lot of people still view her as...
I've watched the first episode.
Yeah, so you know the backstory.
I know. So she actually... I haven't seen... I guess in the second one, she actually does fire up on them. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's not the way Starfleet does it, but it was exactly what needed to be done.
A woman named Michael. Yes. Woman named Michael.
Yes.
Because we use Michael in Deep Space, but anyways. We can't think of any other name. But
I did notice that she has a constant, this backfighting with that science officer.
Yes.
You know, who's a male, but is, like, timid as all get out.
Yes.
And,
he was on her ship that she commanded before. And that's why there's...
Well, she was second in command, so she usurped authority.
Yes. So that's... Yeah. It's just not that good.
Well...
It's not that good.
It looks amazing.
Looks great. I'm sure the new Star Wars look great too, but the story sucks.
Yeah. I want to watch more to see if the story's any good, but I also don't like that they just willy-nilly changed the way Klingons look and act.
Yes.
And then in the second season had to change it back because people were so pissed.
Yeah.
You know?
Weird.
And they're like, there's precedent for it before because the original series Klingons do not look like Next Generation Klingons.
No.
But we all understand that this is the way Roddenberry would have wanted it had he the budget and the technology to make it happen.
Yes.
You know, so we're forgiving on that.
Yes.
You can make it look the way that it's supposed to look, and you chose not to. Completely different.
That's the only thing that bothered me about the original was Klingons looked like Romulans, didn't they? Didn't they look like similar?
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't tell.
But here's they actually retconned it in the series in that they were those Klingons that they encountered were the result of experiments in splicing human DNA into Klingon.
Thus Romulan.
Yeah, well, not thus Romulan,
but similar.
But that's why they look
like Romulans,
more like humans.
Okay.
You know?
Hey, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Con! But yeah, I guess.
So,
I could do Star Trek all day, man. Don't take me down that road.
Are you familiar with the Picard series that's coming?
It looks good.
It looks real good.
It looks good.
You saw the teaser?
Here's the thing, though. I'm a little nervous that he's not captaining a ship, right? Or are they going to bring him back?
No. Okay. He's retired.
He's retired.
He's not even an admiral. So he's coming back because something has prompted him to he's coming with something to Starfleet, being like, there's something here, we need to do something about that. And they're like, yeah, but you've been retired for a while and stuff. But then I guess they're like giving him some leeway.
Yeah.
And so then, there's drama there.
Yeah.
And apparently some dire threat that, only Picard can deal with. And, Picard's the best.
Could it be the Borg? Oh my God. Could it be the Borg again? I always loved that when after, anytime they encountered the Borg after he got abducted, he was like, oh! And it's like, I was like, I feel like you're playing the same guy, because like Professor X does that all the time when he encounters. He's like, oh, they always have the
there's a psychic. Well,
yes,
I mean either way, it's affecting his brain.
Yes.
So
we are the Borg.
There's a psychic disturbance that causes him, or the parts that are still left inside him are reacting to the Borg presence.
Oh yeah, dude. But I could do Star Trek all day, but you can't do that all day, man. Because it's plausible foolishness, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Is there anything else that we want to talk about?
Dude, listen, listen, I'm excited about James Bond. I'm excited about pop culture right now. Star Wars sucks until they change my mind. It is what it is.
Mandalorian is good, though.
I gotta watch it.
I highly recommend it.
I need to watch it before I start my new gig. So,
I mean,
gotta binge watch it.
This Is the Way is going to be our new thing.
Whoa.
Okay?
This is the way.
This is our new thing. We're
okay,
going to
watch it for This Is the Way.
We're Mandalorians now. And the conservative movement is the Mandalorian movement.
Boba Fett is my favorite character in all the Star Wars. Like, if you ever read the old Star Wars comics?
No.
Like, dude, he went toe to toe with Darth Vader and beat him. He beat Darth Vader. Now, he beat him in a kind of a tricky way, but he beat Darth Vader.
Well, of course, he beat him in a tricky way. It wouldn't have done it. It wouldn't have been able to do it any other way.
Oh, because I remember I went back and looked at all my old stuff.
Why was he fighting him?
He was asked to do a bounty to find it was a MacGuffin, to find this MacGuffin, and it was needed by the Emperor. Darth Vader required it. Vader then tried not to pay Boba Fett. Boba Fett says, "Okay, so we're gonna go at it right now." You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry about that. There's a...
What's up?
He was spamming all caps, I guess.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
we have a restriction on that, just to be...
Sorry.
Because it can be taken as yelling and keep us civil...
Sorry, freedom. We apologize, man. But, anyways, he gets this MacGuffin. Vader doesn't try to pay him. Boba Fett's like, dude, I'm a Mandalorian. You pay me on what I do.
Yeah.
So he starts to take off. Vader tries to attack him, and then this epic battle ensues. Boba Fett's dodging stuff. He's shooting flames at him, shooting lasers at him. Of course, Vader's blah 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 blah. So
grabbing him.
Yeah. So Boba Fett's okay, screw this. I'm not going to try to attack him. So he starts shooting the ground to take ground out from him and all this stuff. But basically, how he gets him is he takes the MacGuffin and just chucks it towards a lava pit. Vader goes for it, and then he bam, shoots him right in the face. Knocks Vader out, gives him time to blast off or whatever. And I'm like, Boba Fett with the win. Winner. AEW rules.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. And then they always tried to was it George Lucas tried to kill him in the third movie? But then everybody, he climbed out of the Sarlacc pit. You know what I mean? And came, It's beautiful. Boba Fett's just a beautiful character.
George Lucas has a history of making awesome characters and then killing them.
Just killing them.
Not realizing that they're going to be the most popular ones.
Darth Maul, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah.
And then they had to retcon it in Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yep.
Which is still canon, but
it's too kiddish.
I hated... It wasn't even that it was too kiddish. I hated Darth Maul there. When Darth Maul comes back, he's all insane and not... He's not the dire... I mean, I understand why he's insane. He got cut in half and had to subsist on, on his rage.
Yeah. Yeah. His rage kept him alive, man.
But he doesn't... It's just not the Darth Maul that we love.
Yeah.
It's just this, psychotic,
The 6 lines and...
Crazy, beast, not the...
You can make
malevolent, Sith.
Yeah. Cold, calculated.
Mm-hmm.
You could make the argument that lightsaber fight is the best sequence in Star Wars.
Correct.
I would make the argument that.
Correct. Except for that,
Obi-Wan
did not have the higher ground and still somehow came out on top.
But then it flipped in the third.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the higher ground.
It's like you had like less of the you were in a worse position than Anakin.
Yeah.
And this guy who just killed your master doesn't slice you up as you jump up? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's because he was trying to figure out what he was trying to
do. 100% freedom, redneck. Conservatives do equal Mando. And this is the way.
This is the way. I gotta watch it tonight. I'm gonna do that. So, Plausible, Rube Nation, Rube Empire, Rubaloobs. We love you so much, man. Thank you so much for watching the show today. We had some fun, man. We did a lot of pop culture today. I'm excited about James Bond. I'm excited about this impeachment. I hope to God that it happens. The impeachment trial happens. And I hope a lot of people get exposed and a lot of people go to jail. But, it's the deep state. That won't happen. But people will get exposed.
And Freedom, just so you know, we've started posting these episodes on YouTube again. So if you want to tell your friends, you can link them to our YouTube and tell them to come watch us on Twitch.
The YouTube, baby.
Come follow.
On
so
Twitch.
Yeah, spread the word. Word of mouth is the best way that we can possibly get the word out. So if you have social, spread it on social. Yes, weapons are part of my religion. Yes, exactly. Straight up line from the show.
It's part of ours too. It's called the Sword of the Spirit, or the Word of God.
Well, that's true. But also the Second Amendment.
Yeah, true.
So,
all right, y'all. We love you guys so much. Hope of good night. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Peace out.